What is up, everybody? Happy Monday. It's the Recap Lunch Hour with Guff, me, Ryan McGuffey, back in the Recap Studios, back with another week. It's 4th of July week already, which to me is absolutely asinine. How the hell did we get here? The weather's gorgeous. It's awesome. If we have an internet connection issue here, I don't know what's going on, but let me know because the chat's full. We got plenty of questions put out there. Put a couple of things out on the social platforms. Cubs lose 2 of 3 to the Astros. Sox take 2 of 3 from the Giants. What's your Cubs quick fix? And, of course, it's all brought to you by our fine partners at Hooters, originalhooters.com. Go to one of the 11 Chicago area locations nearest you. If you haven't tried the blueberry lemonade yet, it's the last day. It's the last day for the drink of the month. The blueberry lemonade with the bullet bourbon, blueberry puree. Perfect on a mid-80 degree day like we're getting today in the Chicago area. And, of course, I know we're watching from all over the place. I got a couple of things here. Our friends at Drizzalicious. I say our friends because I'll get to this in a little bit. They sent us a bunch of snacks. We got s'mores, which we've tasted before on Instagram. We got Very Berry here. There's a lot more. I want to get to it. We're going to do a snack of the day on this show as we continue to look at partners. We have, of course, Hooters. The snack of the day, the Drizzalicious Very Berry and the s'mores. We'll try that later in the show. And, of course, the recap bet of the day. Get me out of June. Just get me out of June. This is absolutely asinine. And the chat is full. And here we go. My guy, Eric, of course, the first to be there. To me, the quickest fix right now for the Cubs is getting starting pitching and some utility help. Yeah, no doubt. Their bench, folks, is absolutely brutal. Their bench is bad. Bruhan, Justin Turner, like I'm buying in now. It's July 1st. Like you need more from your bench. John Birdie, to me, all three of them, you need upgrades. I put something out there yesterday. You guys know I've been saying this for a while. If I'm the Cubs, I'm calling Adrian Hauser 7 scoreless innings against a playoff team in the Giants over the weekend. Dude's a dude. It's got an ERA of 1.90. And I'm telling you right now, there's going to be a market for Adrian Hauser now. I think you could have made that happen. Not to say that the Cubs can't get him, but Hauser Talkman to me, and people are coming at me like, well, the Cubs don't need outfielders. They need bench players, okay? They need bench players. And Michael Talkman had another 3-hit day yesterday. I don't understand. You can't keep trotting out there the same guys. When you look at Mike Talkman, first of all, he's familiar with the Cubs, okay? He's got a 138 OPS plus. Good luck. You ain't getting any of that from the Cubs bench right now. Phil, the real Phil Sims. When I see Jed, I think of Motley Crue. Same old situation. Get it together, Jed. The Brewers and Cardinals aren't going anywhere. You got a 2-game lead, a 2.5-game lead. The Cardinals got a sweep of the Guardians over the weekend, I believe. Great matchup today. Cardinals, Pirates. The Pirates swept the Mets. How about that? Talk about putting an ownership on tilt. That should be a fun one. Might be alluding to the final June bet of the day here momentarily since the White Sox and Cubs are off. The NL, as Phil says, is wide open. The AL is wide open. Remember that the 2 best records can get the bye. Handle your business, Jed Carter and Tommy Cheapskate. There's Jess. The rumor mill in Pittsburgh is saying that Bednar and Kelly are coming to Pittsburgh after the All-Star break. Not sure how much reliable water that mill is pumping out, but there you go. Jess, if you understand as an ownership group that Mitch Keller might be as of I heard the radio this morning. Why am I John Haymon on the radio this morning saying, like, there aren't big names that are available right now. You know, we know Sale's not getting traded. He did not bring up DeGrom. Did he brought up Mitch Keller? He said he'd rather, this is a true statement on Mully and Hall this morning. Haymon said he'd rather have Adrian Hauser than Sandy Alcantara. That's a true, it's on Twitter. They put the clip out there. You said, I'm sorry, Jess, are coming to Chicago after the All-Star break. Okay, I can see the market being rich with people trying to get him. Looks like they may get Mitch Keller from the Pirates. Nothing yet. Nothing official yet. I'll put Mitch Keller in the old World Wide Web here. Mitch Keller is not a Chicago Cub as we speak. Okay. The latest on Mitch Keller, top trade target for the Cubs. We've known that. John Haymon, no savior in the pitching market. The Cubs want a Bednar and Keller deal. So there you go. Cheap Nuts Netting is looking for a cheap player to improve on offense. He thinks this will be the best time to get top dollar for Keller and Bednar. I don't hate that, though, Jess. Again, Becky, 3-4 road trip. I don't hate a 3-4 road trip. Not with the two teams you play. You were 0-2 to start it. You didn't feel great. Like, you had peaks and valleys over the weekend. You had a big outburst on Saturday. Nothing yesterday. Couldn't get anything going. I think you're going to have to give up. If you're taking on the money, I mean, you're going to have to give up. But they have 4 top 100 prospects in the update, and the updated ones. So you're going to have to give. Those are 2 of Pittsburgh's former All-Stars. And guys, I'm not worried about prospects. I'm just not worried about prospects. I'm just not. Now, there's rumors that we might get to Brian Hayes from the Pirates too. Those guys are all owed a lot of money. They signed Hayes to a rather lengthy deal not that long ago. Third baseman, he is owed. He's signed through 2030. Now, it's very friendly, 7, 7, 8, 8, and then a $12 million team option. I mean, honestly, he's having a horrific year, though. So you're trying to upgrade the position. He has a 603 OPS. He had a 573. I would absolutely not make that deal for Brian Hayes. Or cash. Cheap Nuts will always accept cash, credit, or debit. Drop that knowledge, Jess says. Phil, since free agency is tonight, do you see the Settlers doing anything today, or do you see the Hawks doing anything tomorrow? We know that the Hawks are going to spend. How they spend it and where, we'll see. The Bulls, they just don't have a lot. And, of course, the Bulls trade Lonzo Ball over the weekend in a player-for-player swap. I just don't understand why they don't value draft picks. You don't make that move before the NBA draft, and it's a player-for-player, like a Caruso light trade, as I'll say. So Lonzo Ball is a Cleveland Cavalier, and he's going to have an opportunity to win a title in a very wide-open East, and the Bulls continue to do this. I keep scratching my head. Big week for the Cubs. They should go 5-1 on the homestand. They got the Guardians, who've just been kind of treading water of late. Guardians are a half game out of the American League wild card. They are a half game out of the American League wild card. So I don't think that's a gimme series, but I hear you. Like, you should take care of business at home, especially against a team that's nowhere as good as you in the talent scheme. And then you got the Cardinals in a July 4th weekend matchup, which should be fantastic. 5-1, Phil's, I think, a little lofty. I'm expecting Hayes to the Yanks. They tend to be Cheap Nuts' favorite when it comes to players with long contracts he wants to trade or sell. He's been terrible. Terrible. If I'm the Cubs, I don't know. Maybe he just wants out. I don't know. Okay. Bellinger. Are you guys really missing Cody Bellinger all that much? I'm being honest. He's played a lot better of late. He has almost a 2 WAR. Okay. He's found himself. I'd say yes. You guys, 4-2 would be great. 2 out of 3, 2 out of 3. Jess is definitely coming from the top rope on her hometown today. The Minka trade by the Steelers for Jaylen Ramsay might look good on paper, but we lost a great safety because Porter Jr. can't do the job. I'm disgusted. It appears, Jess, that the Pittsburgh Steelers are all in since signing your boy. I'm calling him your boy now. You know who I'm talking about. Talking about Aaron Rodgers. And since they signed Aaron Rodgers, it appears that they're moving the meter all in. Well, okay. Becky wants to know if I'm worried about Cade Horton. No, I'm not worried about Cade Horton. What I'm worried about is relying on him every single day down the stretch. He gave up 7 earned against Houston, as we know. 7 earned. 4 innings, 7 earned. But prior to that, I thought he was pitching fine. 4 walks. I don't like that. Give up a couple of homers in the cheap seats there. I'm not worried about Cade Horton. I'm worried that the Cubs need to do more. Terry says sign JD Martinez, who I did see after our show on Friday, does have a major league deal from someone. Trade for Keller or Lugal, dump Brujan, trade for a guy like Ramon Urias from the O's or Rosario from the Nats, guys that hit the ball. Won't win the division playing 200 versus lefties. They're playing about 500 baseball against teams over 500, and they're beating up the teams they should, which if you look across the board, that's what the good teams do. They need to be better off the bench. They need to have another starting pitcher, and they could use a bullpen guy. Their bench stinks. Wasn't the plan going into it, but their bench has been terrible. All right, rest in peace to the Cobra, Dave Parker. Definitely one of the baddest dudes to ever play the game. I know when I saw that news over the weekend, I was like, it kind of hit me in my tracks because I'm like, man, I absolutely loved watching Dave Parker as a kid. JT needs to go, says Becky. Kyle, happy Monday. Quick fix for the Cubs, in my opinion, is trade for starting pitching and getting timely hitting with runners on base. Can't keep wasting men on base, especially with Milwaukee and St. Louis right behind you. Kyle, I got an alert from our friends at Clark Street Sports that you were the first official purchaser of REKAP merch. He sent it to me. He's like, you might want to shout this guy out. And I'm like, Kyle, the dude who actually alerted us that the merch is available and live is the first. Kyle, I wish you could go to the NASCAR street race because I'd give you a pair of tickets because that's awesome. That is awesome. We thank you. And by the way, Clark Street Sports is your home for REKAP gear. I will tell you, I'm going to put I will put the link in the chat here. It's called the David Kaplan's REKAP. Take that edition. There will be hoodies and hats coming soon. Hoodies and hats, and we'll have a Take That St. Louis shirt also coming hopefully this week. As we continue to get new gear, I will continue to alert you guys. I just put the clarkstreets.com or the Clark Street Sports link in the chat. So Kyle, thank you very much. Clyde, need a number one starter. Did what I just put in there? There it is. It's kind of a mess. Put that in your browser so you can go get to the Clark Street Sports recap section, and then you can all have shirts just like we are. By the way, the baby blue Cubs one I think is awesome. Yeah, Clyde wants a closer and a number one starter. Definitely like both. Jed can't wait till the deadline. I'm not sure we'll still have the division lead by then. Who knows? With playing the Cardinals this weekend. Who knows? What up, Swayze? Everyone sees the elephant in the room, even though the pitching wasn't real bad this past weekend. That bench is non-existent, and so is the third base production. Third base has been just an absolutely terrible hole. That's why I said I brought it up on the live stream last week when we did the the watch party with the Cubs and Cardinals. I would not be hesitant to include Matt Shaw in a deal. I would not be. If it was if you're including a guy like Matt Shaw, it's for a big package. But I'm not hesitant to do that. Talkman was good for the Cubs on offense and defense. I'm telling you, I think it makes sense. Bubs heard a spicy running back trade rumor today. If Indy goes 2-6 and they sell Jonathan Taylor, thoughts of trading for him? Well, that's a lot of if, woulds, and coulds. But yeah, if Indy stumbles out of the gate, I'd love, assuming Jonathan Taylor's healthy. That dude's banged up all the time. I don't hate it. I want to see where we're at that point, though, too, with our running back room. Blackhawks went big and fast, and I'll emphasize big. Big risk taking Mason West, which they traded up for, but that's a potential big steal if he sticks with hockey instead of pursuing a football career. I think that's why they went and got him in the first round, so they could say, hey, we're serious about you, give you some more money, etc. But I don't know. I love, by the way, the dual path, football, hockey career. That's awesome. You don't see that very often. I saw the Hawks got a B+ from ESPN.com saying the development team has now got some major work to do. Feels like how most of our teams in this town are talked about. My guy Lip, Cubs should call the Sox for Talkman and trade Justin Turner to the Sox. Won't happen, but JT is one of my favorite players in the league. Yeah, Turner at that point would probably just be DFA'd, so he had the right to sign with anybody he wanted to. Anton Frandel, great call by Pat Bole. He absolutely nailed it. We'll keep an eye on free agency. If something big happens, he will come back on the REKAP Lunch Hour. Probably going to have some breaking news tomorrow during the show with NHL free agents. How about that? Took it right out of my mouth. When are you and Guff going to do another or me and Cap going to do another REKAP Lunch Hour at Wrigley? TBD on that. I'm going to see if I can get out to Wrigley this week. I don't know. We just have had so many moving parts, Cap and I, that I wasn't even able to get out to the White Sox last homestand. And I'm going to be out of town for the 2005 reunion, which is sacrilegious because I know that team so well and covered them for so long. I just wish it was any other weekend, but life happens. It'll be a cruel ceremony, not this weekend, but next weekend. Kyle Fire got back on the winning track at the playoffs started today. Chicago, the wild card game against New York FC, keep stacking wins. Men and red. It'd be awesome to see the Fire back in the playoffs. Poops 69. Hell of a profile. No thanks on Hayes. By the way, it was nice to meet you, Guff. This is Jess's husband. Great to meet you. How about that for the name? Poops69. Now I know. I'm glad that you're here in the chat. Jess owns you, by the way. She is coming from the top rope with all of the comments. You're about, I do appreciate your first comment. You're about 999 comments behind now to catch Jess. Retro Extreme 79, also new to the chat. I'll trade for Keller, who has 2.5 years of control, and Bednar. Any prospects are up for trade, in my opinion. I agree with that. Also, I'd like into a trade Suarez as a new third baseman with a contract extension. That would be good. I would be down for that. I'm also down to go to Hooters, who still right now have the Big Daddy mugs, the Michelob Ultra for the Beach Bod, the Mango Cart, the Sam Adams Summer Ale, and the Big Kona Wave. How about that? The tender tacos, the shrimp platter with fries. 11 to 3, they have some of the best lunch specials. Hopefully you can go there, watch the show, and the burger's cheap. They got really good stuff. The tender tacos, as we know, I've already mentioned them. The cinnamon pretzel bites, and you guys know I like the mango habanero. OriginalHooters.com. Visit one of the 11 Chicago area locations nearest you. I love doing the order.hooters.com. Either you pick it up or you get DoorDash to bring it by, and you are good to go. And I always love doing that. All right, a couple more things to get to here as we continue to look at the chat, which is completely full. By the way, we'll have a couple NASCAR street race tickets for you as we get ready for the weekend. The Zach Brown Band playing Saturday night. If you want to go, come stay here all week. Better glove, Shaw or Hayes. I think you got to give it to Hayes just because he has a gold glove, but Shaw's got a good defensive glove. The bat, I would say Shaw's bat's more upside for sure. Definitely Shaw's more upside than Hayes. Definitely in for Keller. Sucked we lost a series against Houston, but to get back on the win streak, you need more consistency on solid starting pitching. Could be another repeat of the Caruso trade if Lonzo wins in Cleveland. No shot you sign a Coro to a deal like Giddey. With you, Guff, no idea what AK is doing. Then again, most of the time we don't. The sellers strike again. Yeah, and it's a head-scratching move, especially the days after the draft. Steelers turned into the retirement home destination this offseason. They are really going with it. Very anti-Steelers of the past. Patrick, the Cubs need a bat that can mash left-handed starters. This lineup has been awful against lefties the last month plus. Eli, the Bulls front office is the worst in my entire life. Incompetence, I've never seen someone more incompetent. Quinn, is Ian Happ a problem? I think so. We need someone new. He's been mid the last 3 seasons. He's not the answer to the Cubs' problems right now. It seems very pile-on to me that Ian Happ is being blamed for any kind of Cubs problems. He has an OPS plus that's over 100. It's 111. League average is 100, so he's above league average there. He has a 1.8 total WAR. He's he's won 3 straight gold gloves. I don't really know. He hasn't performed. He's having a career worst OPS year, but he's almost right on with his OPS plus. I don't see Ian Happ to be a problem, to be the problem. I can tell you that. Jim, what's going on? Steelers trading for Jaylen Ramsay only adds another expensive past his prime athlete to their roster. Are they trying to be like the Raiders from the 70s and 80s? For sure. By the way, Drizzalicious, going to get you in the show here pretty soon. We're going to start doing the snack of the day. I want you guys to pick, by the way, s'mores or Very Berry. I'm probably going to try them both anyway because I want the s'mores. I want the Very Berry. Keller, Bednar, and Suarez are the guys Cubs should trade for. Retro, I think people would sign up for that. Saw a Joe Ryan and Duran rumor from the Twins. If you can get Duran, holy hell. That would be something I think Jed does instead of these other deals. You guys know I don't want to hear the deals they're linked to. I want them to make a deal for a team that I'm like, didn't see that coming. Twins are 12.5. The entire AL Central has completely flipped. I mentioned that the Guardians were 2 games or half a game out of the wild card earlier. That was before the weekend there. They got swept. They've lost 4 straight. And all the teams, with the exception of the Tigers, who are just absolutely awesome, are under 500 in the AL Central. And the Twins are 4 under. They've won 3 of their last 10, and they're going nowhere fast. I think they do sell. Chef's loading up on the Cubs all this week. Well, you got to find another bet today, Chef. I got you covered here in just a minute as we get close to the bet of the day. Patrick, the bench is atrocious. Turner's clubhouse presence is nice, but come on, Bruhan. Birdie and Turner, that's an awful bench. Poops. Feels like the difference between now and 16 is the Cubs. We have better offense now, but 16 had way better pitching. Jed needs to make moves. Somebody get Rizzo on the phone, says Calvin. Swayze wants Talkman back as well. All right, what else do we got? Nice victory by the White Sox yesterday, slowly becoming more competent and relevant. and it's coming from the young guys. Big double by Kyle Teal with 2 outs. What's up, Erica? Totally on board with the Mitch Keller deal. Suarez bolsters the lineup. Cubs could lock him into an extension while Shaw sits under the learning tree, while riding the bench as a backup infielder, which is an upgrade over Birdie and Brujan. No one is going to argue that. Bubs, all I got this time of year are ifs and buts for Bears news. Hey, we're a couple of weeks away, and then it's officially full go. Training camp begins July 25th, and we are on our way. Keller is a very underrated pitcher. He's at the mercy of the Pirates' offense, which scored 31 runs this weekend against the Mets. Would like to get Bednar as well. And Hodavi, we trust. Jay, good afternoon. Nice to see NS and BM go to the Futures game. Noah Schultz and Braden Montgomery. Could the White Sox get a top 100 prospect for Hauser? No. I would be absolutely stunned. I think he's $1.3 million this year, and I don't see that happening. All right, let's try. We got a lot of stuff still coming in here. All right, Kyle wants to go s'mores. All right, so let's try the Drizzalicious. Here's what they are. I know it's 90 calories per 20. These are unbelievable. I'm not going to lie. Wait till you guys try them. Okay. You're going to make chia, quinoa, and flax. You're like, oh, come on. Here. The s'mores are so good. I'm curious to try. We're going to do the snack of the day. So start recommending some stuff. But Drizzalicious, we did a collab with them on Instagram like a month ago and asked them to send us stuff. So they did. So Drizzalicious gets front and center for now. Check them out. They're really good. Okay. So far, like I'm looking forward to trying some of the other flavors. I've not tried this one yet. Wow. Okay. So this tastes like, this almost tastes like a healthier, like Fruit Loop snack. Really good. Not that you guys want. So Drizzalicious. I'm gonna rank. I've also tried the birthday cake ones. So here, let's try. I'm not a big s'mores guy, but I would probably rank s'mores over Berry Berry. But they're both really, really good. But we only have s'mores and Berry Berry. So we're going to have to try to keep getting more flavors. All right. Jimmy, yeah, but Hall of very good for a player. No one says a Hall of Famer. He's played 1,000 games as a Cub. That's a great pick. Do I think Talkman has a chance of no. I think Getz trades him. I think that was part of the deal of bringing him over. Yeah, Aaron Rowan missing reunion weekends. I saw that he's going to St. Lucia or something. It was he just found out about the weekend after it was booked. So, Zach Wheeler over 6.5 Ks, 7 Ks. He's going against the San Diego Padres team. That's a pretty impressive bet right there, my friend. I do like that guy. It's good to back those type of guys. So we are not wearing these guys, and it feels like a while. I only wear them when I drive, not on the show, which is bad. And now you guys are going to hate me. What a matchup against two teams that got sweeps over the weekend. Cardinals, money line. Eric Fetty, not been that great in June. ERA in the mid-4s. He's 0-3. I like this Cardinals team and what they're doing lately, though. I know the Pirates got 31 runs in 3 games against a Mets team. You're like, why would you go against them? They're both minus 110. I think Fetty actually has a good game tonight. He threw 6 no-hit innings back in April against this exact Pirates team. And I just think collectively, the Cardinals are playing well, and they know the Cubs are right back in their weekend plans. I'm riding the Cardinals tonight, ending this miserable June. 5-15 in June. We have plummeted all the way to under 500, and we were 1-4 last week. But I'm riding the Cardinals, okay? Riding the Cardinals. That's the bet of the day. I'm going with that. Astros, Pirates destroyed the Mets. Did not see that coming. Mets are in a lull like the Cubs. Exactly. That's what happens. Nice series win over the Giants from the Sox. Making me hungry, Guff. Fruit Loops type snack and s'mores. Sign me up. Yeah. So This is definitely more Fruit Loops. This is like, you go like knuckle deep here. These are easy. Like this little tiny bag might be 90 calories. Yeah, it is. One bag. This thing, Katie and I have polished off a bag of these in like 6 minutes. So it's really bad when it's a really good flavor. Maybe LeBron James is sticking around so I play ball with his grandson. That's pretty funny, Jim. I don't ignore you, Clyde. I'm sick of it. I'm going to start ignoring you, though. If you keep calling me out like this, I will just never play your comments on the air. How about that? You won't that. Come on. Kyle Teal, all I can say is, wow, I love Kyle Teal. I love everything about him. Love his attitude, love his interviews, etc. All right, so there's the bet of the day. We did the snack of the day, Drizzalicious. We're going to keep doing Drizzalicious. Although I only have 2 flavors. I'm going to have to go shopping for more. We're going to rank them. We're going to do a taste test ranking. I'm going s'mores over Very Berry. Just a nudge. Very Berry is really good. It's complete opposite. Got to cleanse the palate. So we're going Cardinals money line in the recap bet of the day. And then, of course, you know what we have coming this week? It's our final week of promotion and partnering with NASCAR. And NASCAR, the only street race on the circuit, is this weekend in Chicago. If you've already been down there, the street closures have started. The track setup has started. It's awesome. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Like you're Michigan Avenue and a NASCAR, like Joey Logano goes flying by, who, by the way, did an interview with us last week on the channel, and it's available. Check out. Easy guy to like. The Zach Brown Band plays Saturday. After the Xfinity race, the NASCAR Cup race is Sunday. We have a few pair of tickets left. We will give them away right here on the Recap Lunch Hour as we get you set for the weekend. So if you have nothing planned or some plans fell through this weekend, like we had some friends go, hey, man, we'll put our name in the hopper because we had some plans fall through, and they won in person. Pretty cool stuff the other day at Hooters. There's the bet of the day. Appreciate you guys greatly. Appreciate you, Kyle. Very competitive division night. Yep. Kyle, I know. I knew you were booked this weekend. The giveaway, Brad. We will give tickets away. I'll tell you what, we're going to give tickets away tomorrow. So tomorrow, 12:30 right here, we are giving away tickets to the NASCAR street race. So make your plans to be with us tomorrow live at 12:30 here on the Recap Lunch Hour. In the meantime, have a great rest of your day. Have a great Monday. Make your plans. It's going to be a big holiday weekend. July 4th falls on a Friday. So that's going to be fun. An extended weekend this weekend. So how do you enter, Brad? I'll have all the details. I'll usually ask a question. You'll answer it here in the chat. We'll do a hashtag. We'll throw your name in the hopper, and we do a random draw through an app simulator. This has been the Recap Lunch Hour with Guff. Do it every single day at 12:30 right here on the Recap. Have a great rest of your day for everybody here at the Recap. I'm Ryan McGuffey. It's been the Recap Lunch Hour. Have a great rest of your day. It's all brought to you by Hooters, originalhooters.com. Visit one of the 11 Chicagoland locations near you. Order.hooters.com. Pick it up to go or get it delivered with DoorDash. Have an awesome day. Cardinals, let's get a win. What? See you tomorrow.